He got away from us.
It's good, Pete. I saved the tracker. Let's go, man, before he gets too far.
No. He's mine.
You sure? He's got big teeth.
You shut the up! You shut the up! You shut the up! You shut the up!
Hello everyone, and welcome to I don't really know what to call this. I mean it's a breakdown video of Spider-Man 2, that's for sure. Anyway, I am here joined by my good friend NovaSim. Say hi, Nova.
Hi, I'm NovaSim. You might have remembered me from that one video where he talked about Spider-Man freshman year, and yes, that fact in that video is absolutely true. I was conceived in a casino in Nevada.
Yeah, he was known as Spider-Venom back then, and I had him on the Tobey Maguire, crappy text-to-speech voice. But yeah, and by the way, nothing has changed. He is still the #1 chasm denier in the universe.
That's what I strive for, man. I love Ben Riley, but I fucking hate Chasm, bro. But that's besides the point. We're gonna get hyped today.
All right. I'm so glad that this trailer is out because now the Spider-Man community can stop fucking bitching about the Zeb Wells comics. I'm so tired of it.
So we don't need that still. Hey, Jamie, put the still and editing. Put the still when during the editing.
Yeah, editing fours will put the fucking infamous still, followed by the one that will probably replace it.
To be fair, that one's much cooler.
Yeah, it's got the black suit, and they're doing like a pose that isn't like man standing.
But we'll get to that.
Yeah. So, yeah, believe me, I get the whole thing about the Zeb Wells comics, but, let's be honest here. We got this trailer, 2 days ago, as of recording this. We're getting the game in September, according to Tony Todd. Spider-Verse is coming out in a week. Spider-Man 2 is definitely gonna have, a bunch of DLC. We're gonna have the the Spider Within short for Spider-Verse.
Current DLC, please.
God, I hope the Maximum Carnage, but if there's any DLC at all, because this game is gonna be big, but who knows? If anything, I feel like if they do like a big DLC like they did with City of the Never Sleeps, it's probably gonna be released later on instead of a month after the game comes out. That's probably gonna be what happens. It's probably gonna take a little longer for us to get the DLC this time.
I get you.
But that's beside the point. Yeah, we are getting really good content now. Spider-Man 2 is bringing us right back to 2007, okay? We're good.
Bring out your Linkin Park homies. We're gonna fucking ball.
Yeah, it's like 2007, but less one more day.
Oh, hell yeah. So 2007, but good.
Exactly.
So should we start?
Yeah. We'll just start with watching the trailer regularly and reacting to everything, and then we'll go not frame by frame because I do not have the patience for that. But we'll go pretty slowly throughout the whole thing. Gonna put on the captions and
At the end of this mission, which is the first time Miles gets to see the black suit, Miles is a little suspicious. Which is gonna set up good things because this is the first black suit arc with Miles in it. So
yeah.
We don't talk about 2017.
It doesn't count. It barely counts. I'm doing... Okay, spoiler alert for the viewers. I'm going to do a retrospective on the different adaptations of the Symbiote Saga. I'm skipping the 2017 cartoon because I didn't watch all of, the Symbiote Saga and the 2017 cartoon because I hate... It's not that I can't stomach watching it. I can stomach watching the 2017 cartoon. But it's just so boring. And I don't like it.
There's anything to talk about, I think.
There's two things I can find worth talking about, and otherwise it's just kind of I don't know, there's not really anything that changes.
It's pretty much just a very boring adaptation.
It's
there's
if
a lot of
anything, it's
stuff
the most
there.
accurate adaptation of the black suit because it barely changes Peter's personality.
True. For those who don't know, the black suit changing your personality was a thing they added in the 1990s show.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of
I like to consider the 90s cartoon like the origin point of the symbiote saga because it added all the hallmarks that we've come to like
He got away from us.
associate the black suit with.
It's good, Pete.
Mm-hmm.
I saved the
It's absolutely insane.
I did kind of laugh at this next line that Peter says.
He's mine.
You sure? He's got big teeth.
So do I.
This one. I did kind of laugh at that.
Bro, Yuri's acting as Sasuke Uchiha is really popping off right now.
Yeah, like he's like it's paying dividends now.
He's never like that.
He's like, I'm not gonna use it while playing Spider-Man.
Like I genuinely love his performance as symbiote Spidey. Like you can hear him frothing at the mouth. He's going fucking feral, bro. And
Fall 2023.
or according to Tony Todd, Venom's voice actor, September. Thanks, Tony.
Well, I'll look for that tweet so I can be showing the video.
Yeah. All right. So now that we're done with like the full trailer, we could pretty much start breaking down everything that's like about it. I'm really trying to pause this. Thank you. All right. So not much to talk about for like the first minute, though I have to say I really like Craven's voice. I think this might be one of my favorite takes on his voice. Like there's him voiced by Steve Bloom in Amazing Spider-Man 2, and then John DiMaggio's Craven is like the version of Craven that I hear in pretty much everything, like when I'm reading the comics, like from Shattered Dimensions. Actually no, I think I hear Steve Bloom. I think Steve Bloom did a really good Craven in Amazing Spider-Man 2. But this new guy, what the hell was his name? Hold on. Because I did finally reveal who they casted as Craven. Which
Let me see if there's anything on the blog, because there's also some stuff on the blog we have to talk about.
oh yeah. Okay, Jim Puri. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. That's Craven the Hunter in this game. He's doing a fucking spectacular job. He's apparently been in Evil Dead the Game, Batman Long Halloween, Batwoman. So that's another CW actor that has been casted as one of the main villains in these games, because Stephen O. Young, I think he was in I know he was in like some CW show. I want to say it was Legends of Tomorrow, though I could be wrong.
Let's see his Craven in action for a little second here.
I love how he just fucking snaps someone's neck, like, within a minute of existing.
This man is to be feared. I did not notice the man bun originally, but it does look cool.
I didn't notice the man bun either, but it's a look. I like it.
I like the teeth color.
And
Love the vest.
Ah, God, the shoulder pad, bro, the skull.
Yeah, I love the vest too because it resembles like a lion's face, but
yeah, it's like the original design,
padded.
but just like padded with armor. Now, like I know some people are gonna complain about that, but at the same time, because of this game's art style, regardless of the complaints that people have of it now, including myself, about photorealism not being like impressive anymore, because of the photorealistic art style, they kind of have to do these compromises with the designs, which is something we'll get to in a little bit, because it's very important for a certain design. But like, you kind of need that if you're gonna go toe-to-toe with Spider-Man.
Yeah, this man's a hunter, bro. He kind of needs that shit. To be honest, I'm surprised he doesn't have more.
I'm glad that he doesn't have more, though. I'm glad.
I agree. It's,
All right,
it's a very simplistic design.
Go kind of frame by frame.
So most of these characters you don't need to talk about because we already know them. But there's two I want to talk about real quick.
Mm-hmm.
One's Black Cat because it's very apparent she has a new design.
Okay, there's Black Cat. Judging by the white on her shoulders, definitely a new design. It might be like
Yeah.
probably not
I
as
also-
like a drastic change as we might think, but it's definitely
It's
an
probably gonna be a cleaner look. I also think she has different like goggles on, so
oh,
but-
might be.
I don't know. But I think it's definitely rounder. But that's not the big thing here. The big thing is who we're gonna talk about next in this little scene. Let's wait for her to show up.
Ray,
Ray.
baby, my wife, Yuri
I thought your wa-
Watanabe.
I thought your wife was Ultimate Jessica Drew.
Different universe, obviously.
I'm gonna tell her. Forrest is about to get divorced live.
God, I really am like Peter Parker. I have so many relationships with women, and I ruin all of them.
Yeah, well, sucks to suck, I guess.
But,
Regardless, Rafe was introduced in the DLC, but we never got to see Rafe.
yeah, we saw like her origin story, but we never got to see Yuri actually put on the suit. And now that we can see her with the suit on, she
That's
looks
pretty cool.
God, I think this is actually an improvement over the original. And it's simply just because of like they seem to be going with like a ninja, like a cyberpunk kind of like ninja mask, and like they show off her hair, which as a simp I can heavily appreciate. I love
I've
the
never
kind of
lived
woman
that
who
down.
will actually just kill me.
I'm never gonna let him live that down, by the way, guys. Don't worry.
But yeah, Wraith looks absolutely incredible so far. I hope they give her a katana. That's just a personal thing for me. I just kind of wanted her to have a katana.
Give her a hood.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah, it is a good idea. But yeah, there's not much to speak here, obviously, because of the fact that it's just a quick little still. But I'm glad they're acknowledging it.
My question is whether or not that like the Wraith stuff is going to be a side quest, or if it's going to be like part of the main story. Because like something that I really want to do is because like it is so easy and generic to partner up Black Suit Spidey with Black Cat. It's so easy to do that, and I completely get that, and I love that dynamic, believe me. But I think it would be more interesting to see him partner up with Wraith, because it's like these two friends that have both gone down like a very dark path, and seeing like how their dynamic would have evolved from the first game, now that they're both in their angsty arcs. So I hope that we get like more Peter and Yuri stuff, especially my personal opinion that I will be burned at the stake for is that Mary Jane in this universe, I don't really like her that much. The prequel comic is swaying me a little bit. They wrote her better there, but like, by and large, in terms of the first game, I think Peter and Yuri have way more chemistry than Peter and MJ. And I don't think that's something they wanted to do, but it kind of ended up being a thing anyway. Like I don't know, I just feel like they have better chemistry because Yuri's not constantly yelling at Peter and blaming him for things that aren't his fault.
Oh lord, you're gonna get so many dislikes for that, dude.
I so am. I don't like this version of MJ. Though I liked her in the prequel comic, so maybe that whole thing will change.
We haven't seen her in this game yet, so you know.
Yeah. But it was by complete accident. I don't think they wanted us to like ship Peter and Yuri. I don't think they wanted me to do that. But they ended up doing that anyway.
They don't. They don't, Forrest. You got. Don't die on this hill.
I will die
alone.
I will
You're
die.
gonna die alone.
I know I'm not alone on this. I know I'm not alone on this. Trust me, I know. Um,
Oh
and
boy.
I will die. I will die on this hill. Yeah, just because Peter and MJ, like, that's like the big thing, and that's like the definitive couple. Believe me, I understand that and I agree. But in this context, I just don't like MJ, this specific version of her enough to actually root for their relationship, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think they were intending for me to do that, but maybe a little bit, considering the fact that they casted a married couple as Peter and Yuri.
That doesn't help. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't that doesn't help like well, that helps my case. It doesn't help theirs. And though of course you could make the argument like, oh, Travis Willingham and Laura Bailey, they're married and they're voicing Kingpin and Mary Jane. What do you ship them to? No, dumbass. Like, that's beside the point. Also, another thing I want to talk about that not a lot of people have been saying. Prowler's here.
Yeah, Prowler is here.
Isn't
Wait,
he
why-
supposed to be in prison?
I haven't played Miles in like a year or so, so I have to double check.
I remember at the end of Miles, because I replayed it like a couple months ago, that like Prowler, after he ratted out Simon Krieger, he was put into prison, albeit with a reduced sentence. So there's one of two possibilities. The sentence was pretty short, all things considered, and it was only like a year long, and now like Aaron Davis is out and about as the Prowler. But you'd think he'd be done being the Prowler after everything that happened. Which leads me to my next possibility. What if that's Hobie Brown?
I mean, it could be, but it's also, I don't think the design's changed at all as far as we can see.
Well, yeah, but for all we know, Aaron Davis could have just like pawned off his Prowler gear because he was like, he's done with that shit. And
True.
now like Hobie Brown has it, or maybe like he found like the Prowler hideout and is like in the same kind of way that like that other guy like found the Green Goblin gear, and then that led to Hobgoblin.
Oh, true.
So now that's my tinfoil hat theory. I don't think they're gonna go with Hobie Brown Prowler because, let's be honest here, Hobie Brown Prowler is like basically never coming back at this point.
It's Aaron Davis Prowler is just kind of here to stay.
Yeah, that's just kind of the definitive version of the character now, thanks to Miles, and honestly, I'm okay with that. I really like Hobie Brown Prowler, but I also really like Aaron Davis Prowler, so like I'm fine with either of them like being the Prowler. So
Yeah, I get you. But we've been on this fucking still for so fucking long, man.
yeah, because there's a lot to talk about. Tombstone's there. I doubt he's gonna have that much stuff
I
here.
just think they're showing us a couple of characters that like we've already seen and known.
Yeah.
Obviously, and Rafe, because we never got a visual look for.
We call Spider-Man. We call both Peter and Miles Spider-Man. Take that, racists. We got a shadowy look at the Lizard. Taskmaster's there.
I think that's a different look for Taskmaster. I'm not sure.
It might be a slight update to his design. I think I think that might be a different mask for him.
Wait, Forrest.
What?
Zoom in on the one on the far right.
No fucking way.
They have the opportunity to do the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Joker! You can't escape me!
I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!
God, that's gonna be... Oh, God, they have the chance to do something
really
so
hope-
funny.
I really hope they reference it. Wait, go to the 6 months later part.
6 months later.
Alright, so there's a whole 6 ass months that's been passed. And
Yeah.
the reason this is relevant is because everyone that I know has been talking about this because of a new Rockstar's image about how Riot in the Venom movie got to San Francisco, and I just wanted to bring that up because I thought it was funny. Like new Rockstar thumbnails are absolutely hilarious.
The main villain is gonna be Riot, obviously. He's the real villain.
Riot's here, fellas. Riot is main villain.
Our favorite Spider-Man and Venom villain, Riot. Can't wait to see him.
Tony Todd's voicing him.
Yeah, it's all fake. Venom will actually be voiced by Eminem. Funny how that Godzilla Mendoza joke, like back in like 2016, kind of came full circle with Eminem actually doing the fucking Venom song.
How things have changed since then.
Alright,
Yeah, nothing to note here. Wait, pause here.
Fucking Queens, bro.
We're gonna explore Queens, and the last time we could explore Queens was, I think, in 2005 with Ultimate Spider-Man. But
yeah, that was the last time we had it. That was the last time we had, like... Actually, no, the last time we had any other boroughs of New York in general, I think, was Spider-Man 3.
But that one didn't have Queens, I don't think.
No, yeah, it didn't have Queens. Like, Ultimate Spider-Man was the only one that had Queens. Because, you know, we had a teenage Spider-Man that was still living at home with his Aunt May, so...
I'm very happy we're getting Queens again, so...
Yeah. And, by the way, I'm gonna talk about this later again, but I really like the fact that we have a foundry that we can swing to. Because, two things. One, Clone Saga Lost Years photo mode, hello. And two, I have a lot of nostalgia for the original, like, Spider-Man 2 movie tie-in game, and the missions where you, like, go with Black Cat to, like, 2 different Oscorp foundries and, like, fight Shocker. So, like, and of course, there's that episode of Spectacular Spider-Man where Peter fights Green Goblin at the Foundry. So I just like the aesthetic of Spider-Man like swinging around a foundry and shit. For some reason, is just very stimulating and nice to me. So I'm glad that we have not 1, but 2 events to go to.
It's gonna be a fun time.
By the way, by the looks of things, and it may be obscured by, like, some of the other, like, buildings, but I think they're still going through legal trouble with the Chrysler building. I can't see it.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting the Chrysler building, guys.
That sucks, because, like, I fucking love... one of my memories with the original Spider-Man game, was, like, trying to reenact like comic covers, and I remember reenacting an Ultimate Spider-Man comic cover where he was standing on the Chrysler building. So it's sad that we just don't seem to be getting that anymore.
Unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. At least we got some other cool buildings like the Empire State Building and the Brooklyn Bridge.
Why can't we just go back to 2008 where we can rename it the Trask Building and then get away with it? I guess it's harder to get away with that kind of shit now.
I want to see Eddie beat the fuck up out of Trask in a golf course prison.
Please, actually, I would love to do that. The X-Men would love him for that. Actually, the X-Men would heavily appreciate that.
True.
But yeah, we got Queens, and it looks spectacular, and I really like the fact that, like, just having Queens in general, it's just really good for me because I don't know. I just like something about Spider-Man swinging around in the suburbs. Again, it brings me back to Ultimate Spider-Man, the game.
Let's hope we can climb up webs.
Yeah. And by the way, this house, I thought this was Peter's at first, so I thought they were fucking swatting Peter, but according to the PlayStation blog, which we'll talk about, like, later, that is Dr. Connors' house. So... Fuck, bro. Alright, main event.
That makes sense.
Main event. Alright, we're gonna talk about it.
Skip to that part real quick, because it's
Here we
going
go.
slow.
No, I wanna analyze the way it forms over his body. I love that. Yeah, this is what we're here for.
I was worried for a second that's what it was going to look like, and that's what Discussing Film showed on their Twitter account. And I was like, oh no, they're setting this game up, aren't they?
Oh god, what the
It's
fuck are you
disgusting.
doing?
Like, if you just have to wait one more second for the real black suit to be shown.
Yeah, I do like how they're doing this compromise. They seem to be doing this compromise with the quick switch mechanic by having like this other like symbiote goo cover your body before revealing the suit that you're gonna transform into. So that way we can have like, say you're playing as Iron Spider, as like Sensational Spider-Man, for the red suit, and then like the black goo forms over you and then reveals Spider Carnage underneath.
Oh, true.
Like that's a really good compromise for being able to do the quick switch thing without like, like giving time for the game to actually load that up, and giving and allowing it to feel like an organic change, you know. So I did just want to talk about this for a second, aside from the meme. And I love the way it peels off. I love that. All right.
Oh boy.
Let's talk about it.
We trust us. After this, there's not gonna be much to talk about besides the combat and other stuff. But
yeah,
we're gonna be here for a minute. We're gonna be here for a minute. So you want to start us off?
Yeah, I'll start us off, I guess. I mean, I've pretty much said what I thought about the black suit earlier. This is my favorite version of the black suit, probably.
I agree.
Like, I genuinely do not think that the black suit has ever looked better. And I really like the mix between like this leathery, slimy armor, mixed with the like muscly, veiny goo that's underneath it.
It looks like muscles under like.
Yeah, it looks like a bunch of
goopy
muscles and tendons. It does not look like something from Earth. And now I know that some people are complaining about the fact that it doesn't look like cloth, and like there's a bunch of like panel lines on it. But I honestly really like the panel lines. I like the scales that it has. It makes it feel more alien. I do not think that the intent for this story is to be a note-for-note adaptation of the symbiote saga. Some people want that for some reason. I mean, if you want that, you could watch the 2017 cartoon. if you want, if the broad strokes, like Peter gets the black costume. It's just a regular costume for a bit. Like his personality barely changes, if at all. He takes it off, and then like that's it.
That's it till season 2.
Like, not even that, because like they bring Venom in like a few episodes later, but he's Flash Thompson, and there's like no depth to his character at all, because it's just some guy like being controlled by the Venom symbiote, and it's so much less interesting when you just have it be a possession thing. It's so much less interesting.
It's better if it's not really possession, but it just amplifies a lot of your worst traits.
Yeah, no, like I get the whole thing behind like oh, this is a kid show. You shouldn't take like the story thing like very seriously, but 2 reasons. One, bro, to this day we still have serialized storytelling in kids shows. Like the Owl House and Amphibia like just ended, and those had like some really fucking climactic endings, like and fulfilling like story arcs. And like to this day we're still getting stuff like that, and on the same channel that cartoon was on. And not to mention that like this show, like the 2017 cartoon, it really does seem like it wants to tell like a serialized story. It's just that instead of being like pulled away from doing what Spectacular did, like Ultimate Spider-Man was, it feels like they're just deliberately making the worst choices.
Yeah, 2017 was not good, and Forrest is not going to get into it when he does his black suit retrospective.
Yeah, like, I'm barely gonna talk about it. Because, and I feel like that is worse than having things to talk about, because believe it or not, I have quite a lot to say about the way they do it in Ultimate.
But you guys will see that. You guys will see that eventually. Eventually.
Now that we're done getting off track, back to this black suit.
It looks very clean. It reminds me of like the early '80s black suit when it first appeared. It's very Secret Wars 8 looking, and I really like that. Very 252 looking.
Yeah, I really like the way they designed it. No.
It's like taking the classic suit, the classic black suit that everyone loves, and just kind of giving it some Insomniac spin.
Yeah.
So I think they know they can't really reinvent the wheel because this suit is known for its simplicity and everyone loves it. So
yeah,
it's my favorite look in all fiction, but
like I honestly wish they did go with their own like unique design on it.
Maybe as an ultimate costume.
Yeah, there will probably be like original takes on the black suit in this game. Like how Miles Morales had like Miles's regular outfit as his main one, but we had like suits like the track suit to basically make up for the fact that they didn't update the main one as much. Like
you also got one of my favorite suits for Miles in that game, the Purple Rain suit, which is fucking cool.
God, the Prowler outfit for that. Oh god, I love it.
But what else do we have to talk about here? Because Peter's pretty pissed at the moment. But
again, I totally get why people don't like this. But at the same time, you have to realize, as I said before, despite all of the complaints we have about how photorealism doesn't feel special anymore because now everyone can do it, this is the art style that this game is going for, and because of that, that is why they've had to change so many of these outfits, but not too much. They haven't changed any of these outfits too much at all. Like it's still.
I expected it because of the fact that the last game pretty much just had the same art style.
Yeah, like with all these different Spider-Man costumes, they have pretty much just taken the designs from the comics and then added just some detail here and there in order to make it like work. They added like some, like maybe some like shoulder pads or like some slight armor, some seam work. Some people that are wrong think that Insomniac's design philosophy is put lines over everything.
And I don't think that's true.
And ironically, the same person I heard who said that is a big fan of MCU Spider-Man, and his favorite take on a black suit Spider-Man is the goddamn stealth suit from Far From Home.
That suit would barely qualify as a noir adaptation,
let alone a black suit.
Very, very true. It's just like, come on, man, pick your side and stick with it. I think.
There's nothing wrong with like liking these outfits, but how are you going to critique Insomniac's designs for quote unquote adding lines everywhere without any sense when every MCU costume does that in such an unnatural way nowadays?
Yeah. It just kind of.
They seem to be getting a bit better with that, with like the Guardians Volume 3 costumes and Peter's new suit at the end of No Way Home. But then there's Thor: Love and Thunder and Ant-Man Quantumania and Shang-Chi and Black Widow. Ugh.
Well, I think we should just preface this by saying We're not gonna get more into the FCU. That's a topic for another day.
That's
but
another topic that I'm either never going to touch or going to touch one day, like very slightly, like I'm doing now.
One day maybe if you know what, tell you what, if Fours gets 1 million subscribers, he'll make a video on it.
Don't fucking put me on that! God damn it!
Listen, Fours, that's gonna be a long time from now. I think you'll be fine.
If that ever happens, fine, I'll do it. It's not gonna happen though. It's not gonna happen.
That's why I said 1 million.
Alright, 1 million subscribers, MCU retrospective. Everything from Phase 1 to Phase 4. Unless I have my book to work on at that point, and my voice acting career has taken on. In which case, fuck you, I'm not doing that. I would have enough on my plate as is.
The Elroy doesn't like that.
We don't talk about him. Don't spoil the lore, man. Don't spoil the lore.
They don't know what that is.
Oh, they will. They will.
They will.
But yeah, like, I don't think Insomniac adds, like, lines everywhere without, like, any, like, purpose. I don't think that's what they're doing.
I think they're more so, like, segmenting.
Yeah, just, like, segmenting, and of course, again, within reason. Like, they're really not doing, like, that bad, with it. I think, like, with all of the, like, photorealistic takes on all of, like, the Spider-Man costumes they've done, I feel like they're better than pretty much every movie adaptation of any Spider-Man costume. Every live-action movie adaptation of Spider-Man costume. Am I saying that the PS4 classic suit is better than TASM 2 and the No Way Home final suit? Maybe a little bit. Well, I'm not saying that it's better. I just like it more.
I feel like this is a time for a shout out for the real best classic suit, Marvel's Avengers.
Yeah. That I see why people like that one more. I see why people like that one more, but I personally.
Fun fact for the audience: the entire reason me and Fours are friends in the first place was because of that stupid, shitty game. Not the more you know. We're stuck on this fucking black suit segment, and I think we need to get going.
Because, like, I mean, come on. We've been waiting 2 years to see this. I feel like spending a lot of time on it is warranted.
It's warranted because we spent so long with no content. All we had was that goddamn still.
And we had the prequel comic, which was awesome, but, like,
that was just before this came out. That was like a
just like a little bit before that. Just a little bit.
It was like it was the messenger to say the thing is almost here. Now let's look at the combat. We're gonna do this in real time, I think.
All right. So first of all, I really like the fact that
they're going all in on the.
Yeah, they are going all in on the symbiote combat, but I wanted to talk about how they are, like, keeping the L1 plus, like, face button thing that they're going with. I want to, like, quickly talk about, like, the controller inputs for, like, gadgets and powers before we get into, like, the actual, like, dirty details of it. If you can see on, like near the bottom left and bottom right corners, you can see, like button wheels, for, like, the different attacks and gadgets you can use. And two things. Like, I'm glad that they are, like, kind of highlighting which button does what this time. Like, just in case if there are people that are going to forget this kind of thing. So that they just need to look at, L1, and then whatever, like, button that corresponds to, and there's, like, a cooldown for it. By the way, nice that we're not, like, attaching these to the focus bar anymore. We just have a cooldown. That's cool. I like that change. It's a good change.
It's interesting for sure.
I
don't have much to say here because you kind of got it on the nose.
Yeah. And like then again, I did really like how we were able to, like, pretty much use those whenever we want. by like dishing out the pain, like and like earning like the ability to use those abilities. Like the better you do in combat, the less you will have to heal, and the more you can use like the powers. However,
Cool shit.
I could understand wanting to like add a cooldown to these powers instead, because like it's kind of the same thing. Like regardless, like you use the power, then you gotta wait a little bit before you use it again. You know, like it's a change that doesn't really change that much. And besides, maybe some people aren't really that good at the game and they still want to use the really cool powers. So I say more power to it. By the way, side note.
I agree.
Side note that we didn't talk about the black suit. I like the arrows on the gloves. I like that. It's nice.
It is very nice. It's a very reminiscent of the normal advanced suit.
It's funny how like the way they designed like the stuff on like the wrists, like on like the back of his hands. That feels like the only thing that they took from the 2017 cartoon, because the 2017 cartoon black suit kind of has something like that. And I'm pretty sure that's the only ripple effect that that cartoon is gonna have on anything, really. Aside from maybe adding its like synthetic black suit as a costume. I feel like that's the only thing we're gonna get from that cartoon. But
That is a cool looking costume, but if you just change the colors up a little bit from like a minty green to red and blue, you just get
sensational.
It's just sensational.
And if you change the minty green to like a white, yeah, you just get Future Foundation light, but I don't know, it's still
I don't know why that suit's like a very minty looking green in the show,
yeah,
but
that's very weird. I don't know. I like mint chocolate chip.
we should get some after this video.
We absolutely should. We do not live in the same place, but we should.
I don't know, I'll probably get some after work. That's okay.
But you know, I got some in the fridge. You know, fuck it. Why not? Let's get some mint chocolate chip.
We're getting off track here. We should probably
the weapon wheel on the bottom right. I'm sorry, game design brain. I can't help it.
I was gonna say we should lightning round the black suit combat real quick.
It seems to have like, for one, the same like symbols that we see here are seen later with Miles. So it seems that there seems to be like one pool of gadgets that you can use for both Peter and Miles. Which is just cool. Like instead of giving each other like different like disadvantages to each other, you give them just overall different combat styles and like some similarities. So like neither is like preferable, like they're just different. And I'm pretty sure like we're gonna have more than 4 gadgets in this game probably. And this is just like a quick like assign gadget to button system, which they've done with Ratchet and Clank before, where there's like a bunch of weapons to use, but you can put like 4 of them on the different buttons on the D-pad, so you can like quick change to your favorite ones. And it really works there, so I'm glad that they're adding that here. Now we can get to the gameplay.
Like I said, we should lightning round this bit because there's a lot to talk, but not like a lot.
All right, the fucking symbiote push, bro.
Oh
I
that's
love amazing. That. And the lunge, dear God.
They're going like Marvel vs. Capcom Venom on this shit.
Yeah,
like awesome.
Yeah, it reminds me of Shattered Dimensions with like the spikes that go up, and like the different finishers that you can do. They really like Shattered Dimensions and Web of Shadows, bro.
I can't blame them. Those games are kind of goated.
Speaking of Web of Shadows, I really like how the black suit's eyes squint here. It reminds me of the Web of Shadows black suit. And I'm glad that its eyes can squint despite it not having the mechanical things. I'm glad that we can go back to having Peter do like these
he can emote without having the lenses.
Yeah, these like cartoonish like stuff. God. Oh God, the way
This guy's gonna fucking die. Watch this. His back is just fucking broken now.
The way they just animate the tendrils and the
Oh, and the
fucking
parry.
parries. Oh god.
And then they kick in out, like right after it.
God.
Fucking
And
insane.
the web pull. I'm so glad that they added that. I'm so glad that they improved the web pull, because the web pull was very useless in the previous 2 games, not gonna lie. It was just kind of a reminder to be like, yeah, you gotta web this guy up if you actually do something.
Yeah.
But now we can slam people into walls with it, and presumably slam them into other people. So like that's really good.
That shit's fucking cool. I can't wait to do that shit.
It's just like they're really trying to show us like the brutality of like the black suit,
Oh,
like
yeah.
how he's kicking people in the dick.
What the fuck? And then now he's just gonna kill like 4 people at once. What the hell?
God damn, this fucking slam, bro.
Jesus Christ. Alright.
Okay, now let's get over to Miles.
There's 2 things to quickly talk about with Miles here.
The near instant switch with Miles. Love that. Absolutely love that. It's so impressive.
There's also people in the buildings, which just a cool detail, nothing more.
I didn't actually notice that. Fuck.
Yeah, look.
Yeah,
I
can
told
see
you, I
that.
watched this a lot. And then we get the cool spider web slingshot.
You can go so fast. Holy shit.
I could just hear the ultimate Spider-Man music playing while you're swinging around. Oh, and
the-
of course,
The
web
web
wings.
wings. They look so
That is so
fun to
fucking
use.
cool. And you
And-
could use I think you use the rings to go faster, I think.
Yeah, and the fact that you can go that fast in general, it looks
Absolutely
so
insane.
exhilarating. It looks so exhilarating, and they keep like the graphics still look as amazing, and like there's no frame rate drops, and if there is, it's like very slight.
It is absolutely insane, and we're here for it.
And back to the stealth sections. We get a little bit of stealth here. It's pretty much just to show us that we got the web line now, and I really like that.
Ooh, yeah, this is an interesting showcase for sure. You
And
could
we got-
webline and webline.
And we got dual takedowns from the Amazing Spider-Man games back.
That shit I missed, to be honest.
I miss that. Like, stealth is just
Cause-
getting better and better, man.
Stealth was like one of the worst fights of the first game. Now they're just like going all in.
Yeah. And I'm so glad that we have, that they replaced the gravity well from, Miles Morales with the web grappler, thing, because, like, I don't know, like, gadgets like the gravity well and the hollow drones and the suspension matrix, like, they didn't really feel very Spider, you know?
Spider-Man-y.
Yeah, but like having the web grabber and the web line instead of like something else, like the web grabber is pretty much just the gravity well, but with webs, and I just think aesthetically that's way better. And like another thing I want
We
to
also is
Huh?
the blue electricity shit goes fucking hard for Miles.
yeah,
Like I said, one of them
what
was
would happen to him? Probably the new.
we'll figure it out. But the blue electricity apparently there's a finisher that's based off Dragon Ball Z, which is nice.
That was sick. We might
Nothing
repeat
here.
ourselves a little bit because, it happens. We've been recording for a bit.
I mean, I just woke up like 30 minutes before we started recording. So.
Yeah, lizards like shedding for one, which is really cool. And I have a theory revolving this trailer.
It's the blue electricity, so it's gonna remove the black suit because everyone's been saying that.
Oh no, it's not that actually. Everyone has been worried about like the pacing for the suit, for the black suit, because like Miles is saying like, oh, new threads, like this is the first time he's seeing it. So either Peter puts on the black suit and he's immediately this aggressive, or Peter has been wearing it for a while and he's just been spending a lot of time without Miles. And I don't want either of those. Because like this is a Spider-Man game with both Peter Parker and Miles Morales as active Spider-Man and like important parts of the story. These two are our main characters. So I think Insomniac isn't dumb enough to like make us have extended periods of time where we only play as one or the other. I feel like we're going to be swapping, we're going to have like solo missions between like the two of them, and then we'll have missions where they work together. I don't think there's going to be like a bunch of missions in a row where we only play as Peter. If any, or Miles. I feel like there will be like, I feel like at most there will be like 2 missions where we play as only one Spider. Like in a row, you know? Like maybe 2 missions straight as Peter, 2 missions straight as Miles.
Yeah, I think they know what they're doing, so I'm not worried.
Not to mention the new threads thing. I don't think that's the actual line they're using here. I think they're doing this thing that they did for the previous 2 games, where they changed like certain animations and voice lines in order to like keep from spoiling the game. Because remember that whole thing that happened with the first game, how they tried really hard to trick us into thinking that it was the Green Goblin, and on my end, it worked. I thought it was Goblin. Because like they had like the glider animations in like the E3 2018 trailer, and they never showed off Doc Ock. They didn't even mention Otto Octavius's name. Like it was all Norman all the time. So like so it was like, oh, of course they're gonna start this Spider-Man trilogy with Spider-Man's arch nemesis. But no, they know that they're getting a sequel, considering the fact that this is Spider-Man, so they're gonna save Goblin for later. And instead we're getting Ock.
Man, I didn't even know Ock was in the game until when he first booted up and was like, "Hey, Peter, come to work. We need you."
Yeah, like I saw Ock before the game came out, but I didn't recognize him. I didn't know who that was. Like it looked different. So even then, I didn't even know that was Otto. So like I guess that was their defense against leaks, making the design different.
It's like, who is this guy? Who is this guy?
And of course with Miles Morales, they like with the whole like purple anti-hero thing with ropes that Tinkerer had going, and the whole city that never sleeps thing that happened. It was like they were setting up it feels like they were setting up Yuri Watanabe to be the Tinkerer. And they were going to mix like Wraith and Tinkerer together. And she was going to be the main antagonist of Miles Morales. Especially since they didn't reveal her identity in that trailer. But it turns out in the final game, they replaced the animations where Miles finds out the identity of the Tinkerer and cut out all of the dialogue relating to the identity of the Tinkerer. So
it's definitely possible. Your theory does make sense because they do like changing stuff up.
Yeah, I feel like the reason why they changed it up is not just because of spoilers, but you gotta realize there are gonna be a lot of people that are playing this game that don't know what the fuck a black suit is. And believe me, there are people in this world that there are a lot of people who are playing these games, and these are their first exposures to Spider-Man. I remember seeing two or three like Let's Players that knew nothing about Spider-Man beforehand, only hearing about it like secondhand from like some friends or whatever, and these games introduced them to Spider-Man. I saw someone who played the first game and didn't even realize that the post-credit scene was teasing Venom.
The goopy shit, bro.
Yeah.
I knew since day one, bro.
I knew since day one as well, man. But like, there's gonna be a lot of people that don't know this kind of thing. Either they were too young and didn't watch Spider-Man 3 when they were a kid, or they weren't Spider-Man fans before this, and like this is their introduction to the black suit. So they're gonna be like, what the fuck? Why is Spider-Man doing this? Why does he kind of look like that guy from that Venom movie? Why is he acting so mean? They're using Miles as like an audience surrogate. in this thing. Like new threads, like what the? He's acting weird. So that like they don't start off the trailer and go off this whole thing as if it's normal and as if this is something that is completely established, so that they don't confuse people who are new to the concept of the symbiote saga. And of course, I'm pretty sure they don't want to spoil the first time that Peter wears the black suit. I'm sure that they don't want to spoil that. I'm sure that we're gonna get like a scene akin to Spider-Man 3 where Peter like wakes up in the black suit and we have a first swinging scene with it and we take down some bad guys. I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
It's gonna be something else.
This is something else. So yeah.
But yeah.
Me when I order McDonald's and they got my order wrong. This is something else.
Hey, editor Force, pull up the Spider-Man 3 clip.
I will. But yeah, I feel like they are changing around some voice lines and animations. So I feel like in the final game, Miles is probably gonna say something like, "Are you sure you want that thing crawling around inside you?" And Peter's gonna be like, "Don't worry about it." So there are hunters like crowding this entire place. Like he's just gonna brush it off like it's nothing, and then Miles will be like, okay, you know, like Miles is gonna be very off-put by it, and Peter's gonna not want to talk about it because he's probably tired of everyone telling him that. So
Yeah, let's continue.
yeah,
There's a lot here. Like I said, very quick, very happy Genki is getting stuff to do.
Thank God. I love Genki, bro. I love him.
And he actually has lines in the new Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah. His voice doesn't sound like what I thought he was gonna sound like, but I like it.
Yeah, he also had lines in Spider-Verse originally, but because I watched the alternate dimension cut when I was bored one day.
The what?
There's like the alternate universe cut of the movie.
What? I've never heard of this.
I'll show you after we're done doing this. But
all right. Well, that apparently exists. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and look at the speed, man.
Dude, this game looks so fucking beautiful. I don't know what people are talking about when this game like doesn't look good.
I think the reason why they say that it doesn't look good is because it looks like similar to the original like 2 games. And like
But,
I don't care.
It's a sequel. I mean,
like this is
plus,
like the reason why we're not getting a huge graphical jump is because we pretty much went as far as we can go, I'd say.
Yeah, now everything's gonna be like subtle and all that. So
yeah, so like I feel like the goal of like these new next gen consoles, and I think it's a very admirable goal, is like, okay, we've seen like the farthest we can go visually. Now let's try to make all of that like run better and be faster and reduce loading times. Like we want to do what we did last generation, but easier and more streamlined.
and I respect it, to be honest.
Yeah, like again, Peter was in Queens, and then we switched to Miles in like a second, and he's in a different part of the map entirely.
Absolutely insane shit.
And we got fast swinging. We're not getting to the breakneck speeds of Web of Shadows, but that's fine. It still looks exhilarating as hell. We're probably gonna be able to like accurately like recreate the Amazing Spider-Man 2 like first swing, like in terms of like the speeds that we got now.
And I am fucking pumped, dude. That shit's insane.
It's exhilarating.
Seeing all the jet ski takedowns were exhilarating too. And there's our boy Craven.
And we got
the lizard.
we got our source
Source of conflict.
source group. Fucking I don't know that. I'm shutting up. Cooper.
Joke.
Cooper, stop.
Joke. Joke fail.
My Ralph. We all know that he couldn't hurt a fly. But
What the fuck were you doing?
me?
Yeah.
I was petting my dog.
Oh, I made sure none of my pets are in my room before I started recording.
Oh no, Cooper's pretty silent most of the time.
Cooper,
so-
it's not that. It's just the fact that my cat's like messing with my stuff, and I would have to leave every 5 seconds just to make sure they can.
All right. Another thing that I want to talk about regarding this. First of all, Peter, we can see that he has the web wings in a little bit, but what I want to talk about real quick is that we can see them like low key like start to do like a backwards air trick in the air, and that is not like the same. And like I can tell like the shift between animations because I've played like these games so many times. So I can tell that they're giving Peter new air trick animations in order to like be on par with Miles, because they made a Tony Hawk with webs in his game.
And that's pretty sick.
I like that little gliding through the train car thing. And by the way, all of this entire area, swinging through the East River, this is beautiful.
This game is stellar, man. I cannot wait.
I love the foundry. I love like swinging across this bridge.
You're just hoping for an October release.
We're probably getting September.
I just want it on my birthday month, bro.
You know, honestly, completely valid. But
Gives them an extra month to polish things.
And I gotta say, like, unpopular opinion, I don't think a lot of people want this. I just do because I love the aesthetic. But I hope that, like, you see these forests around here? I hope we can go there. I want to go there.
I hope
It seems
so.
pretty chill.
They look neat, but oh, and then we get the black suit block.
God, that suit is fucking beautiful. Some people don't like the tweaks that they made to Miles's costume in this, but I'm okay with it. It's not like
Pretty similar.
it's not
Kind of like a
that,
combination.
yeah, it's like a combination between like his regular suit and the Across the Spider-Verse outfit.
And I kind of dig it. And of course,
Like-
Lizard charging towards Miles, and
I feel like the thing with Miles's new costume, like, it's not like I feel like it's not better or worse, it's just different, and it depends on which one you would prefer, you know?
yeah, you're probably gonna be able to wear the first one as an alternate costume anyway.
Absolutely. Like, if you don't like the red sleeves, they'll probably give you the first one. Unless they don't, but then again, why would they not?
They gave you the original classic suit in the first game.
Yeah.
If you didn't like the advanced suit. So.
Not to mention that, like Insomniac is definitely no stranger to giving us variations on the same concept for these costumes, so I feel like we're definitely getting the original costume if you don't like this.
Nothing gonna really talk here, just a standard QTE moment.
I hope that we actually get web skiing in some way, like in more parts of the game. Even if we can't like do it like how we can do it in Fortnite, even though that would be really cool, like being able to like aim your web, like get onto like a helicopter or a car and then ski on the ground, let go, jump up into the air.
Absolutely.
Like that would be really sick. But
More
you
games
need
for the
a
web skiing.
you need like these cars going like rush hour speeds and highways if you want to do that.
I think the only time you can do that is when like bug cars are on the way out. So
Yeah. All right.
Kamikaze.
Have we talked about everything?
There is one more thing that I want to talk about, but I want to wait for the moment it happens.
And by the way, I will say. Oh wait, no, we already talked about the lizard lab coat thing. We talked about that.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
The new still.
Oh yeah, it's here.
That's gonna be it's pretty cool.
Oh god, yeah, this new screenshot, you already know they've shown it off in like some promo material, like we're replacing it.
It is way cooler, so I don't mind.
That being said though, I think it won't be very long until we see this game again. I feel like it's not going to be like months of waiting. I feel like we could expect to see more of this game like sometime next month.
Maybe at Summer Games Fest. I don't know.
I don't know about Summer Games Fest, but maybe like late June or like early July. I feel like that's when we can like
That
expect
makes
some
sense.
stuff. Or hell, we might get some stuff pretty soon. Like with Across the Spider-Verse, they might like announce that we have like they might show off like a bit of new gameplay like with the pre-order bonuses of like Miles and Miguel's costumes. So
Alright, now let's get into one detail. The eyes changing.
oh yeah.
I have a feeling this is going to be very spectacular-esque.
Oh wait, hold on, the eyes changed?
Yeah, hold up.
Oh,
Look at
they
slowly.
did. It's very slight, but you can see it. Yeah, like like there are some spikes growing and shit.
Yeah, it's slowly turning more Venom-esque, and it's pretty cool.
I feel like they might be going for like a partial adaptation of Spider's Shadow.
They might.
And I of course
That'd
I
be
don't think they're gonna go as far as having like Peter just straight up kill a bunch of villains. I think they might
Yeah.
have him kill one villain though. Maybe it's Lizard. Maybe he'll kill the Lizard. Or Craven. Or Shocker.
Shocker!
But
Yeah, I can see it. But is there anything else to talk about in this trailer? Or is that it?
I mean the slight thing is that like if they are going with like wait, hold on, give me a second.
We're gonna edit this part out, guys. Don't worry. Yeah, we're gonna edit this out. So I'm just gonna have fun with my soundboard. All right, guys. This is not important. I'm looking for.
Legalize nuclear bombs.
That's not the full thing. Man, what is Forge doing?
I'm back.
Sorry.
Sorry.
All right. Now you gotta do some cutting too.
Yeah, I do. This video is not gonna like take that much to edit. I think I just need to add like some like some background tracks, and that's it pretty much.
Do a little trimming here and there. And then...
Anyway, I
Is there
feel
anything
like
else to discuss?
I feel like they might have Peter like almost like either nearly kill or actually kill a villain, and it's gonna be like that scene in the Ultimate Spider-Man comic, where he like turns into Venom.
Yeah.
And that might be the start of the Peter and Miles fight. Speaking of Spider Shadow, dear God, I hope we get that suit. I hope we get that suit.
I hope so as well. That shit's fucking insane, dude.
By the way, be greater together. That's a good tagline. Love that.
That's the perfect tagline they could have done because it's a double meaning.
Yeah. Hell, also like for the final game in the series,
Sonic Riders Zero Gravity and your recommendation?
Yeah. For the final like game for Spider-Man 3, I feel like they should do Be Greater Forever. I feel like that would be a really good thing because like, oh, this is the end. Like, oh god. Fuck. I feel like tears are gonna be shed when that happens, but let's worry about Spider-Man 2 and not Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Technically, we don't even know that game is gonna exist.
I do think they're gonna make a trilogy at least. So.
I feel like they will. It's just that technically we don't know it exists yet.
Technically, but we know it's gonna happen.
It's gonna, unless like some new legal shit happens and these games get delisted or whatever, which would be absolutely tragic.
Well, at least the first one is like preserved for history. So
yeah.
So is Miles.
Yeah.
But is there anything else you want to talk about before we end it?
No, I'm pretty sure we covered everything. Apart from like I hope that if we get new, like, if we get other, like, symbiote costumes, like, as I said in my video, like, I don't want, like, Venomized versions of a bunch of these, like, costumes. I don't really want that. Because I'd rather them spend their time giving us completely new outfits, you know?
Yeah, I get that.
But I do want symbiote costumes. I do want Amazing Spider-Man 800 black suit. I want the black suits from Spectacular. I want the black suit from Spider-Man 3. I don't know if they're allowed to do it, but I would hope that they could add the MCU black suit from the concept art of No Way Home. And Chasm isn't a symbiote suit, but it's close enough, and I think having that, like, with symbiote tendrils would oddly enough be kind of fitting. It's a good suit. Terrible story, but great suit.
I'm sorry, guys, but this is we Forge's last video for the foreseeable future. That he has unfortunately made some terrible opinions, and now he has to go bye.
No, don't worry. I'll make it up to you. I'll make it up to you. Check it out. Spider Carnage, and they changed the tendrils to be red.
Yeah, but I feel like that's being part of the DLC.
I feel like they're gonna. I feel like they're gonna add that regardless. Really, I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah, it's gonna be DLC though, because Carnage doesn't. But that being said, I think that is everything that we wanted to speak about. At least I wanted to speak about. But
yeah. Yeah. I think that's all we got. I mean, I could say. I mean, everything else that I could say about this game, I pretty much said in my other Spider-Man 2 video, which you can check out in the description. Yeah, that's it.
You want to sign off?
Yeah, I am super goddamn excited for this game. I can't wait. So excited.
So am I, man. So am I. It's the sequel of my favorite game ever.
This game
Anyway.
is gonna be fucking incredible. Anyway. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this breakdown video, and we'll be signing off now. Laters.
This is Nova signing off.
This is Force signing off. Bye.
See ya.